back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. We are pulling up to DDG50 in a side-by-side, and you know what that means. And if you don't, well, you're about to find out right now. Beauty right here. Feast your eyes on DDG50. This thing has to be one of my favorite giveaways yet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to the debut of DDG50. I am so unbelievably excited about making this very video. We are out in the glorious wilderness with this entire setup that we are about to go into in-depth detail with you on right now. But before we go any further, I just gotta let you know as a preface, interlude, foreshadow to the whole vlog, if you're seeing this video, between October 13th and October 19th, right now, 50 times entries are live, which is this giveaway's max multiplier. And before I go any further and debut what we have coined DDG50, we gotta take a minute to say sincerely, thank you so much. Hey, first and foremost, as you feast your eyes on DDG50, what do you think? What's the first thing that comes to mind? You have to drop a comment below and let me know. If you've been following me for any semblance of time, you know that I have a huge sweet spot for all white vehicles. All of my personal vehicles happen to be all white, and this setup is oh so right. I'm just so excited about it in every single way, shape, and form. What are we looking at right here? All right, let me just preface really quickly. First and foremost, we have a brand new 2024 F450 Platinum. It is beautiful inside and especially out. Behind it, we've got a Keystone Raptor 415, an incredible toy hauler to say the least, that not only matches, but we stepped it up a notch because it's got a honeycomb pattern that's been specifically designed for this trailer on top of a tri-color snow camo. It is killer in every single way, shape, and form. And then it didn't stop there. We've got this Turbo S Razor that's been modified by Van Coors, and they did an incredible job that we're going to get into in this video, so you're not gonna wanna miss out. And it didn't stop there. Of course, as we typically do, this entire setup is accompanied by 30 fat old stacks that are going to come with it. So yes, it also comes with $30,000 in cash. Now, just want to let you know we got a ton of new stuff on the website. So if you're looking for a freshen up of the wardrobe, we've got a bunch of new really cool designs, a ton of new accessories, and some other really neat products that I'm very excited for you to check out via the link in the description below. Alrighty, where do we start? I think we're gonna start with what's closest to us just because the Razor is right here. Okay, so Van Coors customized this entire four-seater Razor, and they did an absolutely fantastic job. The front of these things looks so sick in so many ways, but obviously factory is not what we're looking for. We want to modify, we want to make unique, so that way you can have a truly modified experience. All right, so the most notable thing is, well, honestly, there's a lot of them, but let's start here. We've got some matte black wheel and tire setup rolling around on a set of regulator 2s. These are Tensor tires that are 33 by 10 by 15. And they complement this thing absolutely perfect. Right here on the side, so you can see what's behind you, we've got the LED in the front, LED on the side, and polarized glass rear view mirrors, obviously on the passenger and the driver's side. Looking up top, to brighten things up, especially when the light goes away, we've got this super crazy bright, massive LED light bar, and you can see how the lights actually light up here, and they have LED lights down here, so that way, if you're ripping through at night, you've got peripheral light and forward-facing light to really light up the night. On the back, some additional LEDs. These are actually RGB, so they are color changing, and they are stuck in here with magnets, so you can easily remove them. They're by 5150 whips, and they are awesome because they can really kind of just let people know where you're coming from if they didn't see you or hear you already. Speaking of being heard, on the back, we've got the killer catback by Trinity Stage 5. This is the dual exhaust system. It not only looks really cool, it also sounds fantastic. And rather than like some of our previous side-by-sides going from nothing to completely wild with one of the valves, we actually wanted to do this one where it really increases the audible experience but doesn't go ear-shattering, so that way you can still kind of creep around and be respectful, if you will, to your surroundings before actually tearing things up. Now, the big old roll cage has been accompanied by a glass windshield that has a rubberized surround, which is very nice because it allows you to actually drive it without eye protection on. If you did otherwise, without eye protection, you would catch some bugs in the eye potentially, and or not see because your eyeballs would dry out. It's terrible. And then on the inside, we've got, of course, these killer 4-point harnesses, of course, for driver, passenger, and the center seat. So that is actually a child seat right there, small seat, so little humans can enjoy the ride as well. Now, I did just want to show you around the inside here. As you can see, we've got a fully digital dashboard. So when you turn this thing on, you can actually choose if you want to be in firm, sport, or comfort. You can choose your headlights or your running lights. Of course, 4-wheel drive, not. A little bit of horn action here, your light bar, of course, your side mirror control. You've got glove box here. You've got a little storage well here. And then full door canards, so that way your legs stay fully protected. Gosh forbid anything gets thrown up over the wheels and the tires. The Razor steering wheel by Grant Racing, which is very nice. It feels super sporty and it's great to grab onto. And the craziest part is that fits perfectly in the 15-foot garage behind the Keystone Raptor. It's like the ultimate combo came to life. Perfect. Look at that thing, man. It is just so menacing and so raw, and it's almost like it's the perfect complement to Casper. So we went with Casper because this giveaway is not going to be around forever, and it's naturally going to disappear, so you might want to get your entries before it's too late. I have a very soft spot for all white setup, so I was especially excited about bringing this one to you guys as we rolled into the 50th giveaway. It was the chef's kiss, if you will. But before we talk about the truck, let's talk about the trailer. Check out how absolutely insane this wrap is. Truthfully, when you pull into a campground or you just drive it around in general, everybody's gonna be looking, and people are even gonna approach you and ask you a lot of questions because it's not every day that you see a setup like this. Unbeknownst to everybody that comes up to compliment you about your setup, if you win this one, you're also gonna get to tell them that you won it because you picked up something like this or something like this, or one of the many accessories or other products that are on Enthuzst.com, and then you got a phone call that you won. Just wait until you see the level of true perplexing nature that comes across their face, because they're gonna be like, there's no chance at all. But you can be the living, breathing example of, yes, actually, it is very true. And we've got 49 winners that are obviously out there telling those stories to this date. So with that being said, we've got Casper's toy hauler fully flexed out. We've got the 3 pop-out slides out, obviously the first one on this side, both doors open, 3 sets of steps down, and 3 awnings fully extended. We had the music bumping via the external marine speakers earlier, but we don't want to get a copyright on this video, so we had to crank that off, although it was a complete vibe. We've got the party deck open, which can be closed via the back fence screen here, and you can see just how truly equipped the presence of this thing is, and the functionality of this trailer is truly remarkable. So we got the party deck set up right now. We can actually close this right here if we wanted to. So that way it closes everything in, including the doors right here on the back. There are LEDs and an optional backup camera if you wanted to connect it to the truck, which does help because this thing is obscenely long. But surprisingly, it's actually very easy to drive. It does take a little bit of getting used to. You do have to take your turns wider, especially if you're making right-hand turns. So let's open things up here and come on into the 15-foot garage. You can see we've got the LEDs on, and we've got the bunk bed slash deck seating all in its stored and stowed position. So this comes down, and these actually fold right up over themselves into chairs or seats, little sofas right here and right here. They also act as a bed, and then you've got another bed right here. So you can sleep comfortably, probably like 4 people out here. If you really wanted to squeeze, probably 6, depending on the size of the human, which is amazing. We've got all these tie-down cleats, and actually right here in the back area, we have all of the tie-downs for the Razor itself. So that way you can store them right in the back and they're completely out of the way, but bunch of tie-down points. So whether you're taking the Razor out for the weekend, or maybe you're taking your Harleys out for the weekend, or maybe you're taking some dirt bikes out for the weekend, or maybe you're taking whatever you haven't bought yet out for the weekend, it can definitely make it happen very easily. There's a half bathroom right there, and then you've got this nice tinted glass door that brings you into this insane living quarters. We've also got the AC bumping right now because it is pretty toasty out there, but all of a sudden I'm in here and it's like I'm in the comforts of my home. Legitimately, one of my favorite things about these things is the fact that I can lay on the sofa and my feet don't even go to the other end. So as the kids are out camping or hiking or adventuring with mom, maybe dad could come in here and rest his eyes for 10 minutes. Because come on, dads, you know we all need that 10-minute power nap. It goes a long way. These are really cool chairs though. You can actually pop this right here and recline, and then I can also heat it if I want to, right here. And the button actually illuminates 3 different positions. We've got lights right here, as you can see, and they also are in front of the chair itself. Turn them off. And then we've got a massage feature. Oh man, that's really nice actually. All right, seriously, I can get way too comfortable and used to that, so we're not gonna make that happen in this vlog because we got a lot to cover still. But the AC feels fantastic, and look at the view. Is this a view that you can get used to? Let's be completely honest. We've got the ambiance lighting around the island. We've got it around, of course, the sink area, and all that around the seats, and all up around the corner. It is just awesome. Speaking of awesome, there's actually a ladder that mounts right here, and that is one sleeping cubby. I know like 7 to probably 13-year-old me would want to claim that spot anytime because I could make it a fort and I'd be super stoked about it. Listen guys in the audience, you know our biggest task in life is to never grow up. So are you with me? Would you want that spot as a kid too, or would you be more excited about the spots in the back? You're gonna have to drop a comment below and let me know, but I'll tell you what, I'd make a fort up there, dude, and I'd disappear. All right, so over here you have your pantry, and it's very homey style. It's got this glass, big old full-size fridge. Still no beer here. Unfortunately, nobody's getting the word, but I'm gonna stay persistent about that. You've obviously got your range storage under there for pans, full-size microwave, storage above microwave, storage above the sink, obviously storage below. You've got an onboard vacuum right here, ventilation for your heating. You've got all this storage right here. Got all this storage here, all these drawers here. All your remote controls there. And of course, your collapsible bar seating, which is collapsible with one flip of a switch, and it returns to its stowed position. Super killer. Now coming on up here, we've got our master bathroom quarters. Let's go ahead and flip some lights on in here. Add a little bit of light to the situation if you get, yo, that new Enthuzst, no, that is killer right there. Obviously, you've got your full-size shower. Way too nice to be showering like that when I'm in the middle of the woods, but that's the kind of life of luxury that like glamping gets you. Then coming on over to the other entrance, oh man, that air conditioning feels amazing. You've got your queen-size bed right here, a bunch of storage, wireless charging on either side. Obviously, your wardrobe with the ability to hang stuff up here, a little bit of a mirror action right there. Oh, that hat though, it's fantastic. TV right here, outlets right here, windows right here with collapsible shades. All you gotta do is pull them down and they hold their position, then you just pull them and then they retract right back up. Or you just kind of don't deal with it and you get to look at that or that. So like in the morning, you can roll out of bed and be like, oh yes, oh yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we'll pop out here, we'll close this, we'll keep that closed, keep that cool. We're gonna come on down back into the foyer. And this is truly an area where you can make so many memories happen and ultimately just kick back with friends, family, loved ones, and anybody that matters most to you when it's time to wind down or it's time to chill out. But you also get to step out into the wilderness. You can hop into your side-by-side and you can just go out and see what the world has to offer and leave everything else behind. Life is entirely too short to put a box around your experiences, and we're simply here to help you break those walls down. Now you guys can hear that we have the generator running. Of course, you can fire that up from your central command station. I actually kind of forgot to show that to you. That's all right there. You can control your hot water heater from right there, but your central command station is right there and it works so well. Also, these doors are really cool because you can actually just do this and separate, so you have a screen, keep the bugs out if you want to keep the natural air flowing, or of course, if you want to close the complete door, bada bing, bada boom, and now you have a fully lockable, secure area when you can button things up at night. It's hard to actually depict the sheer scale of these trucks and the size of these setups on video, but take my word for it, this thing is massive and it has an insane presence, plus that massive holy grail right on the fascia of the camper itself is, it's perfect. Now, with that being said, let's talk about your power wagon, shall we? This is not your typical tow rig. This is a fully loaded tow rig that's on 26 kg1 wheels, 37-inch MT2 Country Hunter MTs with a wicked 4-inch leveling kit with upgraded 4-link and Hadley arms, as you can see, coming around to all the Mid-South LED lighting. So we've got, of course, the fender lights for the front and the back, all white LED, the door handles that act as switchbacks, the mirror lights that act as switchbacks, the cab lights, which give this thing the full whiteout LED effect. And then, of course, the front end of this truck with the white LED lights as well. It is so sick. A lot of you guys know I'm a big GM guy through and through, but these F450s hold a very special place in my heart because truly, I think it's the unmatched dually. I might have said it, I love them all, but these ones, extra special. So from a paint match perspective, pretty much everything at this point in time, and I'm not gonna sit here and go dry-winded on all the details because it's effectively everything, but we really wanted to kind of tie the black in with the trailer, and we didn't want to have too much white to offset the amount of black on the trailer itself, plus the black on the side-by-side. So we did an all-black grille on this one, which I think was the perfect touch. Added the white Ford right here, but full blacked out emblem, full blacked out headlights, and then full blacked out grille insert with the bumper step as well. And then black backgrounds on the mirror lights as well. Black backgrounds on the badges and black backgrounds on the side, so that way you could really kind of differentiate the black and the white pattern, which tied this entire setup together so perfectly. If you agree, you're gonna have to comment below and let us know. And if not, you're gonna have to also let us know what would you have done differently with the paint match if it was yours. And the cool thing is, if it becomes yours, then you can go ahead and make those changes. All right, so now let's step inside of the Platinum. Power folding steps, as you can see, fully loaded, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I don't want to spare you on any of the details. Also, it's very dark in here, I'm sorry. So let me open up the, boom. We're actually opening this thing fully up so we can get some light here in the situation. So that brings us to the inside. This Platinum interior is absolutely gorgeous. It is actually a black leather, although the camera is kind of making it look dark navy blue, but it's got these really nice kind of like off orange / tan inserts right here on the center console. The stitching, of course, you can see it right here on the backrest and all around the back seats as well. Super Duty carved right here, so that way you always remember what you're driving. You've of course got your compartment here for storage, and here your AC 120, your 12-volt dual climate control, heated seats, cooled seats for both driver and passenger. And now Super Duty's actually got a heated steering wheel button finally, because you don't have to go through the menu. Obviously, this is the whole new revised interior with the digital cockpit. You've got the new style Ford steering wheel, and there's just something about these Super Duty wheels that just feel really nice and soft to the touch. You'll have to experience it for yourself, or you might have experienced it for yourself in the past, but they are just very, very nice. The entire interior is insane with premium finishing. Even just the way that the buttons work feel incredible. You've got Bang & Olufsen sound system in here. You've got your aluminum cover tweeters right here. Of course, your tweeters right there. So we've got aux position 4 and aux position 5. This is for your rock lights. So aux 5 and aux 6 have power even if the ignition's not on. And then of course, aux 4, 3, 2, and 1 do not have power if the ignition is not on. So the nice thing is you can leave your rock lights on when the truck is off if you want. And then aux 4 is a very special button where if you turn that on and you hit this button right here, we may or may not have put a very loud horn blaster setup on this truck as well. I don't really want to blare it at this point because it is coming up on 6:30 p.m. and there are a bunch of families in this campground, so I definitely don't want to be disrespectful to them, but there's a very fun button right there that you get to use. You've got wireless charging right here with a compartment that actually closes up, so you can keep your phone right here too if you want. And naturally, one of the best parts about this entire driver passenger experience, especially in the front seats, you can go ahead and hit this little tiny button in the center of your lumbar support, and then all of a sudden you get this little fancy screen, and it tells you how your massaging patterns are working. So you can go a lower rolling pattern if you want, which just rolls on the back, as you can see. Upper rolling, which is the upper back and down. Circular cushion, which works the whole lower area. Full recovery, that of course goes up and down and on the bottom, and then a relaxed recovery as well. And I'm truly perplexed driving through all of these massive mountains, ups and downs, just how well not only this truck drives, but how stable it is, especially at highway speeds with that massive setup. And that side by side all the way in the back over the back triaxles of the trailer. It's truly remarkable. The other really cool thing about the F450s is they have what's called the wide track front axle, so you have a ton of steering capability with this truck, which allows you to navigate a very long 8-foot bed and overall long setup with ease. I'll tell you what, the few extra degrees of steering truly makes the world of difference. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is a complete wrap on Casper, AKA DDG50. 50 giveaways. What an incredible milestone we at Enthuzst are unbelievably grateful for. That being said, the next extra special celebration, we'll be finding out which one of you is going to be taking all 3 of the titles for this entire setup here behind me home with $30,000 cash on top. So if you want to get entered, and you're with me until this point in the video, thanks so much for coming through and listening to everything that I absolutely had to say to you. Thank you guys as always for watching, and we will see you in the next video.